Welcome back to the deep dive. We've been talking a lot about ways to really level up your Shopify store.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Absolutely.
And today's episode is powered by Growth Suite.
Ah, nice.
Yeah, Growth Suite, by the way, it helps you run these really smart discount campaigns on your store. You can actually test it for free.
Free on Shopify.
Yeah, on your Shopify store. Just go to the Shopify App Store, check it out.
Sweet.
All right, so today we're diving deep
Okay, I'm ready.
into a topic
Yeah.
that is honestly super relevant
Okay, wait on me.
for anyone looking to boost their Shopify conversions.
Inversions, yeah, that's the name of the game, right?
The halo effect. Have you heard of this?
Yeah, the halo effect. I mean, it's that thing where like you see a brand and you kind of already trust them, you know?
Yeah, it's like that instant feeling you get where you're just like, oh, I like this brand, even if you don't really know much about them yet.
Yeah, exactly.
And honestly, understanding how this works, this whole halo effect,
Mm-hmm.
it can make a huge difference for your online store.
Totally. I mean, if you're listening to this, whether you're like actively running your Shopify store or just, you're kind of fascinated by e-commerce.
Right, like the psychology of what makes people buy.
Yeah, exactly. This deep dive, it's going to give you some serious insights, like how to cultivate this positive brand image that just makes people want to buy from you.
Yeah, it creates this ripple effect. I love that, it's not just about that one sale. It's about building these relationships with your customers.
Absolutely. Stronger relationships, more sales, and a business that can, kind of weather any storm.
Oh, for sure. That resilience is key.
Totally.
So to get here, to this point, we went through a ton of sources, like we're talking the Conversion Bible, articles on Shopify, Investopedia,
Investopedia.
even some academic research just to make sure, we're bringing you the good stuff.
Yeah, well-researched stuff. Gotta love it.
Exactly. Our goal here is to give you actionable strategies, things you can use right now to build that brand image to increase those conversion rates. So let's start with the basics.
Okay, sounds good.
What exactly is this halo effect? Like when we talk about it in terms of your Shopify store, what are we really talking about?
Okay, so the halo effect, it's like imagine your brain is taking a shortcut, right?
Okay, a mental shortcut.
Exactly. So you see one good thing about something, maybe it's a beautiful logo on your website.
Ooh, I love a good logo.
Me too. And that positive feeling, it spills over. It starts to influence how you see everything else about that brand. So that great logo, it's not just pretty, it's sending a signal, like subconsciously, that the product is probably good quality too.
It's almost like that first impression sets the tone for everything else.
Right. It's wild how fast those first impressions form.
It is, and I think that's especially true online. You're scrolling, you see a million different things.
But yeah, you got to grab their attention quick.
Exactly. You've got like seconds
Seconds.
to make someone stop and actually look at your store. So that positive feeling, that good first impression, that can be what makes them choose you over someone else.
Absolutely. It builds that initial trust, which is, like gold.
So valuable. Now, I'm guessing there's a flip side to this, right? Like what happens if that first impression isn't so good?
Oh, yeah, for sure. That's what we call the horn effect, or sometimes the devil effect. Scary stuff.
Okay, devil effect. That sounds ominous.
Right. So basically, if there's one bad thing, like say your website takes forever to load.
Ugh, I hate that.
Right. It can like completely overshadow everything else, even if you have amazing products.
So it's not just about creating that halo. It's also about making sure there aren't any horns, anything that could push people away.
Exactly. We got to get rid of those horns.
Okay, so we've got a good grasp on what this halo effect is, why it's so important for your Shopify store. But let's go a little deeper now.
Okay, I'm ready to go deep.
Why does it work? Like, what's going on in our brains that makes this such a powerful thing?
Okay, so our brains are efficiency machines, right? They love shortcuts. So you land on a Shopify store, right? You see something that looks nice, easy to use. Your brain is like, okay, if they put effort into this, they probably put effort into their products and customer service too.
Right, it's like a little mental calculation.
Exactly. And that's cognitive processing in a nutshell.
Yeah.
We're constantly making these snap judgments based on limited information.
So those first few seconds on your site are crucial. They really set the stage for how someone sees your entire brand.
Yeah, it's like a filter. Once that positive perception is formed, it's tough to shake. People become more forgiving, more open to what you're offering.
It's like they're already on your side.
Exactly. And there's a whole neurological thing happening too. Positive emotions, they trigger these feel-good chemicals in the brain, so you create this like warm and fuzzy association with the brand.
Oh, I've definitely felt that.
Yeah.
Like I'll see a brand's About Us page, and their story just really gets to me. Makes me want to support them.
Exactly, those emotional triggers. It could be visuals, personal stories, even just friendly customer service. It's all about making that connection.
So you're basically saying, don't just sell products, sell feelings.
In a way, yeah. But it's not just about manipulating people. It's about being authentic, finding what's genuinely special about your brand and sharing that.
Right, and that's going to be different for everyone, right? Like what resonates with one person might not work for someone else.
Oh, for sure. Culture, demographics, all of that plays a role. You got to know your audience.
Okay, so it sounds like this halo effect can be pretty powerful. But let's get down to the nitty-gritty here.
Okay, let's talk business.
What are the real tangible benefits for a Shopify store owner who nails this? Like, how does it actually translate to success?
Well, if you get this right, you're going to see a real difference in your conversion rates.
Okay, so people are actually buying more.
Exactly. When they have that positive feeling about your brand, it takes less convincing to get them to hit that buy button.
Makes sense. And I'm guessing that also helps with customer acquisition costs, right? You're not having to spend as much to get each new customer.
Exactly. It's a win-win. Lower costs, more sales.
Love it. But it doesn't stop there.
No way. It also impacts your pricing.
Oh, interesting. So you can actually charge more.
Yeah, because people are willing to pay a premium for brands they perceive as high quality.
They see that value, so they're willing to spend more.
Exactly. And that feeds into customer lifetime value.
Okay, explain that one to me.
So happy customers, they come back, they buy more over time, so their value to your business grows.
So it's not just about that one-time purchase. It's about building those long-term relationships.
Exactly. And when you have a strong halo effect, you get free marketing.
What do you mean?
Word of mouth. Referrals. People who love your brand, they tell their friends.
It's the best kind of advertising.
For sure. And let's not forget competition. The online marketplace is crowded.
Oh, yeah. There's a lot of noise out there.
But a strong brand image, that helps you stand out. Even if your prices are a little higher or your products are similar to someone else's.
It's like that extra layer of trust that gives you an edge.
Exactly. And that trust, that goodwill, it also makes your brand more resilient.
Okay, what do you mean?
So let's say you have a shipping delay.
Oh,
It happens. But if your customers have that overall positive impression, they're more likely to be understanding.
They give you the benefit of the doubt.
Exactly. So the halo effect, it's not just some fuzzy concept. It has a real impact on your bottom line. And the best part is, you can track it.
Okay, how do we do that?
Look at your key performance indicators. Things like conversion rates, average order value, repeat purchase rate. If those are going up, you're doing something right.
I love it. Concrete data to show you what's working. Okay, so we know this halo effect is important. We know why it works. We know the benefits. But let's get practical.
All right, time to roll up our sleeves.
What are the things that actually contribute to creating this positive perception for your Shopify store? Like, what do we need to focus on?
Okay, so there are a few key elements here. First impressions matter, and that starts with visual design.
Makes sense. People eat with their eyes.
Exactly. So your website layout needs to be clean, professional, user-friendly, high-quality images are a must. And your branding, it needs to be consistent across the board.
Okay, so basically make your store look good and make it easy to navigate.
Exactly. No one wants to shop in a cluttered, confusing mess.
No, definitely not. What else?
User experience, this is huge. Smooth navigation, fast loading times, a checkout process that's super easy.
Oh, I've definitely abandoned carts because the checkout was too complicated.
Yeah, no one has time for that. It all has to be intuitive and secure.
Right, build that trust. Okay, so we've got the visuals, the user experience. What about the actual products?
Product presentation is key. Show them off. High-res images, 360-degree views, even videos. Make people want what you're selling.
And the words you use matter too, right?
Oh, yeah. Your copy, product descriptions, everything should be clear, friendly, helpful.
No jargon, no pushy sales tactics.
Exactly. People see through that stuff.
Right, be genuine.
And your customer service, that's a huge part of it, too. Be responsive, polite, helpful. Even if there's a problem, how you handle it can actually strengthen the halo effect.
It's all about turning that negative experience into a positive one.
Right. And don't forget social proof.
Oh, yeah, reviews, testimonials.
Exactly. People trust what other people say.
It's like a stamp of approval.
For sure. Now, this might sound a little touchy-feely, but brand storytelling is important.
Okay, tell me more.
Share your story. What's your mission? What are your values?
People want to connect with a brand on a deeper level.
Exactly. They want to feel like they're part of something.
Right, like they're supporting a cause they believe in.
And the last thing, consistency, consistency, consistency.
Okay, I'm sensing a theme here.
It's everything. Your brand's voice, your visuals, your values, they need to be the same across all your channels.
So from your Shopify store to your social media to your emails, it all needs to feel cohesive.
Exactly. That's how you build a strong brand identity.
Okay, so we have all these elements. Now, how do we actually put them into practice on Shopify? Like, what are the specific things we can do?
Okay, so when it comes to Shopify, you've got a lot of tools at your disposal.
All right, let's hear it.
First, your theme. Choose one that reflects your brand's vibe, its aesthetic.
Okay, so looks matter.
Oh, for sure. And functionality, too. Think about how people are going to use your store.
Make it intuitive.
Exactly. Then, your homepage layout. It's prime real estate.
It's the first thing people see, right?
Exactly. Feature your best products, highlight your unique selling points, and that hero image, make it count.
It's like the cover of your book. It's got to grab attention.
For sure. Now, your product pages, don't skimp on the details.
Okay, so good descriptions, clear pricing.
Yeah, all of that. Make it easy for people to get the information they need. And navigation. Think about the flow.
Okay, how do people move through your store?
Exactly. Make it logical. Clear menus, minimal clicks, no one wants to get lost.
And the checkout process, got to make that smooth.
Absolutely. Quick, easy, secure.
No hidden fees, no surprises.
Right. You don't want to scare people away at the last minute.
No, for sure. Okay, so we've talked about desktop, but what about mobile?
Mobile is huge. You need a responsive design that works seamlessly on any device.
So whether someone's on their phone, their tablet, their computer, it all looks good and functions well.
Exactly. And don't forget the technical stuff.
Okay, like what?
Site speed, broken links. You got to keep everything updated.
Technical issues can be so frustrating.
Oh, yeah, they create a bad impression.
And lastly, what about after someone buys something?
Those post-purchase communications, they matter. Order confirmations, shipping updates, thank you emails. Keep that brand voice consistent.
Reinforce that positive feeling.
Exactly. It's all about the follow-through.
Now, Shopify has a ton of features and apps. What are some that can really help with building this halo effect?
Okay, so you've got your themes, which we talked about.
Right, making your store look good.
Exactly. Then there are apps for customer support, like live chat.
Oh, I love those.
Yeah, it makes people feel like you're right there, ready to help. And apps that make returns easy.
That's huge for building trust.
For sure. Then there are personalization apps, recommending products based on what people have looked at.
It makes the shopping experience feel more tailored.
Exactly. And of course, reviews, testimonials, all that social proof.
Those can be so persuasive.
They really are. You can even use apps for loyalty programs.
Oh, that's a good one. Reward people for coming back.
Exactly. And don't forget about analytics.
Oh, yeah, you got to track what's working.
Shopify has great built-in tools, plus you can find apps for even more in-depth analysis.
Okay, so we've talked about what to do, but how do we know if it's actually working? Like, how do we measure the impact of this halo effect?
Okay, so before you make any big changes, you got to know where you're starting.
Okay, so establish a baseline.
Exactly. Track your conversion rate, your traffic, your average order value. Those are your key metrics.
So if those are going up after you implement some of these strategies, that's a good sign.
Exactly. And keep an eye on things like repeat purchase rate, customer lifetime value, referral traffic.
Those are all good indicators of how people are perceiving your brand.
For sure. Now, A/B testing is your friend.
Okay, explain that one.
So you test different versions of something, like your homepage image or your product descriptions, see which one performs better.
Okay, so you're basically comparing to see what resonates more with your audience.
Exactly. And don't be afraid to ask for feedback, send surveys, ask for reviews.
Get that direct insight from your customers.
Absolutely. And keep an eye on social media, see what people are saying about you.
Monitor your online reputation.
Exactly. And there are tools that can help you with attribution modeling.
Okay, what's that?
It basically helps you understand how different marketing channels are contributing to your success.
So you can see how that positive brand image is influencing people's decisions.
Exactly. And at the end of the day, you want to calculate your return on investment.
Right, make sure the effort is worth it.
So compare the costs of things like a website redesign or new apps to the increase in revenue you're seeing.
Make sure those numbers add up. Okay, so we've talked a lot about the theory, But can you give us some real-world examples of Shopify stores that have successfully used this halo effect?
Oh, absolutely. Think about those luxury brands on Shopify.
Okay, like high-end fashion beauty products?
Exactly. They use sleek designs, aspirational storytelling. They're selling an image, an experience, and it works.
People are willing to pay a premium for that.
Totally. And then you've got consumer goods brands. They focus on reviews, high-quality packaging. It makes their products seem more desirable.
So even if the product itself is similar to something else, the presentation elevates it.
Right. And service-based businesses, they use testimonials, professional branding to build trust.
So no matter what you're selling, there's a way to apply these principles.
Exactly. And the common thread: consistency, high-quality visuals, strong messaging.
And a great product, of course.
Of course. And don't forget, even when things go wrong, how you handle it can actually strengthen your halo.
So be transparent, be responsive, show people you care.
Exactly. Turn that negative into a positive.
Now, what are some common mistakes that Shopify store owners make when trying to build this halo effect? Like, what should we be careful to avoid?
Okay, so a big one is inconsistency. Your website looks one way, your social media looks another.
It's like speaking different languages.
Exactly. It creates confusion. And another mistake is overpromising and underdelivering.
That's a surefire way to lose trust.
For sure. And ignoring negative feedback, that's a no-no.
Yeah, you got to address those issues head on.
Exactly. Show people you're listening. And then there's the issue of inconsistent product quality. One bad apple can spoil the bunch.
Right, it makes people question everything else.
And you have to be mindful of cultural differences.
Yeah. Oh, that's important. What works in one market might not work in another.
For sure. And at the end of the day, authenticity is key. Don't try to fake it.
Be genuine. Be true to your brand.
Exactly.
Okay, so for those who have the basics down, what are some more advanced strategies for really taking that halo effect to the next level?
All right, so think about strategic partnerships.
Okay. Team up with other brands that share your values.
Exactly. It expands your reach, introduces you to new customers.
And it can make your brand seem more credible, more trustworthy.
For sure. Corporate social responsibility is huge these days.
Oh, yeah. People want to support businesses that are doing good.
Exactly. And it's not just about donating money. It's about aligning your brand with a cause you believe in.
Right, making a real impact.
Now think about content marketing.
Okay, blog posts, videos, that kind of thing.
Exactly. Position yourself as an expert. Share valuable information.
Become a thought leader in your industry.
Exactly. Build a community around your brand.
Okay, how do we do that?
Online forums, social media groups, events. Create a space for your customers to connect with each other.
It creates that sense of belonging.
For sure. And don't be afraid to offer exclusive perks to your loyal customers.
Oh, yeah. Make them feel special.
Early access to new products, exclusive content, special discounts. It all reinforces that positive feeling.
And even your loyalty program can contribute to the halo effect.
Absolutely. Make it aspirational, with different tiers and rewards.
So people feel like they're achieving something.
Exactly. It's all about psychology.
Now let's talk about the customer journey. How does the halo effect play a role at each stage?
Okay, so pre-purchase, it's all about setting expectations.
Right, so your ads, your social media, they need to create that positive first impression.
Exactly. Then during the purchase, make it seamless. Easy to use product pages, smooth checkout.
Reinforce that they're making the right decision.
Exactly. Post-purchase, keep that good feeling going with thank you emails, shipping updates.
And great customer service, of course.
Always. And then when you're trying to re-engage customers, remind them why they chose you in the first place.
Offer them something special, something personalized.
Exactly. And if you've built that trust, cross-selling and upselling become much easier.
They're already happy with your brand, so they're more likely to buy other things from you.
Exactly. And ultimately, you want to create brand advocates.
People who are so happy with their experience that they tell everyone about you.
Exactly. It's the ultimate goal.
Now, looking ahead, what are some trends that might influence how Shopify store owners use this halo effect in the future?
Ooh, good question. AI is going to be huge. Personalization, chatbots, all that.
It's all about making the experience more tailored, more engaging.
And people are demanding more authenticity from brands. Social responsibility is becoming a must-have.
It's not just about the product anymore. It's about the values behind the brand.
Exactly. AR and VR are going to change the game too.
Oh, yeah. Immersive experiences, virtual try-ons.
It's the future of shopping. And we're going to see even more hyper-personalization.
So using data to really understand your customers and give them exactly what they want.
Exactly. And predictive analytics, that's going to be big.
So anticipating needs, solving problems before they even arise.
Exactly. It's all about being proactive. And as omnichannel retail continues to grow, consistency across all channels is going to be key.
So whether someone's shopping online, in-store, on social media, it all needs to feel like the same brand.
Exactly.
Okay, so we've covered a lot. Can you summarize the key principles for our listeners just to make sure they're taking away the most important points?
Okay, so consistency. It's everything.
We've heard that a few times.
It's that important. High quality visuals,
Make it look good.
a compelling brand story,
Connect with people on an emotional level.
and excellent customer service every time.
Treat your customers like gold.
Exactly. Now, if you're just getting started, focus on the high traffic areas of your store.
Okay, so homepage, product pages, checkout.
Exactly. And remember, this halo effect, it's not a quick fix. It takes time.
It's about building something sustainable.
Exactly. But the payoff is huge.
Okay, so what are some practical first steps that our listeners can take?
Audit your brand image.
Okay, so take a good hard look at how you're presenting yourself.
Exactly. Identify any weak spots. And then check out the Shopify App Store.
There are so many great tools that can help.
For sure. Invest in professional design, photography, customer support.
Those are the things that make a difference.
And don't forget to balance short-term wins with long-term goals.
Play the long game.
Exactly.
Okay, any final words of wisdom?
The halo effect, it's not just a marketing tactic, it's a competitive advantage. It's about building a brand that people love, trust, and want to support.
That's a powerful statement.
And on that note, if you're ready to take your Shopify store to the next level,
And build that amazing brand image.
check out Growth Suite. It's an incredible tool for running smart discount campaigns and creating that cohesive brand experience we've been talking about.
And the best part, you can try it for free on the Shopify App Store. Just head over there and see what it can do for you. Thanks for diving deep with us.